They don't do anything. They do a lot of stuff, yeah, but not anything. I know what I'm talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. Hello, 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 you one viewer. I am Shin Hero, aka Walt, and I
Hello, hello, hello.
am with Henry Rage Isaac,
Hi everyone, how you doing?
Flores Bloom Noah,
Hello. Sorry, pay attention. And hello.
and Miss Prime JR.
What is up, peoples or person?
And tell them
Right
who
now.
we are. Tell them who we are, guys.
This is what I got to show.
We are
The
the
nerds
N.W.A.
with attitude.
Oh my god.
Or that too. That one works.
Just
Oh my god.
invaded by the
Well,
fam.
Yo,
the three of us,
we got fam.
the,
Tell her
the
to
three
say
of us are
hi.
the nerds with attitude.
You should have told her to say hi, man. You should have told her to wave.
Oh, my bad. I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you.
I know you have.
Paid attention to your surroundings.
All right, we got a show going on today. We're gonna try to do something fancy and whatnot later in the show because the reasons, and hopefully y'all like that and whatnot. If not, then we won't do it again. But I'll get to it when I get to it. Before then, though, we're gonna just start on some few nerd topics. I am scrolling, looking at my notes. God of War finally got a release date and new trailer and all that stuff. Did y'all hear about the thing that the fans of God of War did to the developers?
No.
Because they weren't getting a release date. Dick pics.
Stuff, right?
No. They said
yeah, I
dick
forgot
pics.
about the dick pics.
They said
I
dick
knew that
pics.
too. I did
They
know
said
that.
dick
Yeah.
pics. to the
Yeah, it was
developers.
I
Why?
did
Why?
know that. I did read that.
I don't know why. I mean, I
The
don't know
only
why.
the only reason that I would think is that in those dick pics they scrawled on like on their dicks like when release date or when or
I
what
mean, that's what they
depending on the
were.
length.
Fans were so mad because they ain't gotten a release date yet. They sent the developers dick pics. So I'm I don't know why.
You know they love God of War, man.
I, I don't even understand the purpose behind that. Sending a dick
Because
pic.
To
If
harass them into
anything,
giving them
because
information.
they're gonna get tired
It's
of looking at
stupid.
dicks all the goddamn day.
Yeah,
So
but
I'm
like
tired.
but
that's
see,
not gonna
like
change
I'm tired of looking
anything.
at. They like
There have
it
been
did.
things like
You
that
saw. Look, we
happening.
getting in November. Boom.
We are
I'm
getting it
tired of
in
looking at
November.
dicks.
We
They're like,
are.
I'm tired of looking at dicks. November. Boom. And now look, no more dick pics.
We are getting it.
but see, the thing is, it like who you just gonna make yourself more uncomfortable because you the people who sent these pictures think they're doing something. Meanwhile, I'm pretty sure the developers are over there laughing at all these pictures, like, "Wow, these are our fans. They're not well endowed. That's such a sad thing."
I
No, I
just
think that one of the developers went on Twitter and told them that they need to chill with that stuff. Like he was getting upset.
That
They're
is
I
literally getting
mean
outrageous.
that
harassed
makes sense
by
though.
fans.
That makes sense though.
I
I
don't know.
mean,
I don't know
I
why
mean,
they.
fan letters, that's that's okay, but showing pictures of your dicks, like that's straight up harassment.
That's just embarrassing yourself, really, because now
You know how to
a
embarrass.
developer, a big name developer with a lot of
You would
pull, has a
like
picture of your penis.
they should not be surprised if they code in the game the picture of said penis, and some hacker out there finds it and be like, "Dude, who's this pencil dick?"
Ah,
I don't know,
that's
man. It
terrible.
just
No, I hadn't heard of
I could
that
see
until
that
today.
happen. I
it
could see that happen.
it just
Just
I don't know why
didn't
these
it
I don't
just
know why
didn't
these
make no
fans
sense.
getting like waiting for God of War. It ain't gonna get Game of the Year or nothing. Shit. That's
I
just,
mean, this is one of
I
the
mean, you don't know.
biggest games that people have been
shit.
waiting on.
That, that
So,
game.
and I for my game of the year is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Revenge of Shredder. But the game of the year is apparently that one indie game called Elden Ring. But
That is not an indie
this might
game.
be this might be up there too.
Your random hatred for stuff kills me.
You're killing me.
That's what his hatred fuels him.
So how do y'all feel about this announcement? Are y'all hyped? Are y'all getting the game? Did you even play the first one? Let's start
Oh
with
yeah.
let's start
Oh
with Noah.
yeah, I did.
Let's start with Noah first. Let's start with Noah. You hyped about God of War 2?
I'm not,
Did you
I'm
play the
not a
first
big
one?
God of War fan. I didn't. I haven't played none of them.
Oh, you ain't played any of them, even the old ones?
Even the
Kind of a
old
shame.
ones. Not one.
So you
I know
Yeah,
that's
they go
weird to
hard,
say.
man.
He was like, "You never played God of War?" I'm like, "Yeah, I just never played it."
all right.
I
Yeah.
have the first one, the reboot one. I have that one, but I just never played it. I think PlayStation gave it for free one of the month. So,
Yeah, it did. Cause I got it
That was
on.
just recently, I think. Yeah.
Mm.
so I may play it. I may not.
Wow. All right. Well, does
People were
this
like,
did you
"What?"
even watch the trailer?
Yeah, I watched the trailer, of
Does this
course.
not make you hyped to play the game or even
Nah,
dip
I'm
your
gonna be
toe
like,
in it?
nah, I'm gonna be like you, Walter. I'm gonna watch the cutscenes on YouTube. Call that shit a day.
Just watch the movie.
Call that
Basically,
shit a
watch
day.
the
I don't
movie.
got.
You
I
damn
gotta
right
be.
I'm gonna do that.
I gotta be like selective with the games I play because I don't got a lot of time to sit down and play games no more.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
understandable.
yeah. I feel you on that one. Isaac, how you feeling? Were you hyped? Did you play the first one?
Did you not see
Yeah.
the?
I played all of them.
Did you cry?
I
Oh my god, this man.
Yes.
Ooh.
Actually, yeah, I did a few times. Yeah, I did. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Especially at the end.
Did you put that on
Yeah.
your TV screen on purpose?
Oh, I completely forgot I did that. That was
100%
well.
on purpose.
There it is. There it is.
100% on purpose.
Proof? Proof?
But yeah, I played all of them, including the PSP ones way back in the day. I played the new one a bunch of times. I was honestly surprised that we were still getting it this year because I thought, like Noah was saying, I thought it got pushed back till like next year. So when they said November, yeah, like when they said November, I was like, oh, so that's soon.
It got delayed, man. I could have swore.
We got Kirsten James in the chat. He says, "Damn Noah, how you still this ugly?" And then he says,
Yeah.
then he says, "That's childish. That's childish as hell, Walt. Can't just watch the playthrough online." Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Like,
How is it childish?
again, though, man, I played the original ones. Like, I was a big fan of the original games. I played all of them, just like Isaac. I played the one on PS. That's one of the reasons why I had a PSP. That and Dissidia. Those are the reasons why I had a PSP. But like, I played them all until this new one came out, and I didn't. I got maybe an hour into it, and I was not feeling the battle. I was not feeling the
battle, how they changed it.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling it. Yes. I know that later down the road you do get the Chaos Blades and stuff, and it kind of sort of turns back into the old one, but like I didn't like the over the shoulder thing and all that junk, and I ain't like Boy. I mean I didn't care about Boy. I just Doom in the chat says he's gonna take the day off for the game.
There you go.
You do that, Doom. You do that, man. You do that. But JR, how you hyped, excited? Is this a day one purchase for you?
Oh yeah, I would certainly want to get this the day it comes out.
Is it just PlayStation, or is it PlayStation and PC?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
it's it's PlayStation exclusive.
Is it for
All of the God of War was.
Is it 4 or 4 and 5, or is it just 5?
It's 4 and 5. Yeah.
Oh.
I didn't know it was going to be 4 and 5. I thought it was just 5, but thank God.
The sales will plummet. The sales for that game.
Yeah, they definitely would.
Okay. All right. Well, anything else y'all want to say about God of War? Anything else about God of War 2 before we move on? No?
Boy.
Can I tell you? Let me tell you one of the.
Did he still call him boy in that trailer?
He probably call him man
sure. Child.
Son.
He's a teenager now, right?
What?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he grew up.
Prepubescent boy.
What was you finna say, Isaac?
Oh, so I follow a couple groups on Facebook, and I follow one Dark Souls one, which at this point I think I'm gonna have to delete them because they're some of the dumbest people I've ever met. But like, there was a post. It was like, I don't know if you've ever seen the meme of Mr. Bean sitting trying to take a test, and he's looking at the guy's paper next to him. And when the guy looks at him, he goes back to looking at his paper because he's copying what's going on. There's a picture of there's an enemy in, I can't remember which Dark Souls it is, but the enemy is a giant wolf with a sword in his mouth, and Mr. Bean is apparently copying that. And then they show the giant wolf that's in the trailer for the new God of War game. And I looked at it and I was like, that's one of the dumbest memes I've ever seen in my life. These people really think Dark Souls literally created everything.
Yeah, it is the dumbest thing because that's a Pokemon.
Yeah, never mind the fact that the giant wolf is actually Fenrir from Norse mythology, but it's
I'm
okay.
talking about the giant wolf with the sword in his mouth. That is a Pokemon. So
Yeah,
that is
but
not fair.
they're claiming that Dark Souls created the giant wolf enemy, but
Hey man, those soul fans are rabid, man. Like y'all.
if I had face palmed any harder, I probably would have gave myself a concussion. But I'm okay.
All right, well,
That's
we moving on to the best news ever. Rise of the TMNT, the movie,
Oh.
finally got a date. We got a date, and we got that trailer. I didn't seen the trailer like 52 times.
was a cool trailer.
I just finished watching the first season.
I am so hyped about. You just finished. What did you think about Rise? Jonah, what do you think
I
about
am
it?
now into it. I am now super
Uh,
into it. It grew on me. It grew on me. I have to admit it. Like at first, I think like near the beginning, the turtles were just so. They're just so weird. They were weirder than normal, and I don't know. It was too much filler. I would say like too much filler. But then when it gets near the end, I was like, oh shit! Now it's getting interesting. And now I'm trying to find a way to watch season 2 so I can be caught up.
Yeah.
Nigga, if you don't get this straw out of here,
What?
what is that straw?
What the hell? What are you drink?
Random ass drink.
This man here, like oh my god.
As soon as you asked, so what did you think of Rise? I was like, oh, time to get a drink.
Rise is amazing. I don't care what none of y'all say. That movie trailer, it is dope.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
Wow.
Oh
I
man, I hope it goes to freaking theaters, like have a limited run, cause I'm watching that junk, man. IMAX. I don't normally do IMAX cause I'm bougie. I normally do the recliners. I do the recliner thing. But I watch this in IMAX.
That's the only
man.
way to watch a movie.
I thought
Just
you was about to say,
recline.
go to the dollar movie.
We don't even have a dollar movie anymore.
I know, but I still call it that.
We don't
Wow.
even have that no more.
They really stopped doing that. They really stopped doing that. It's been a while.
We get Casey Jones from the future. We get a future like plot going on here, and like man, everything it's just dope. It seems like each turtle is gonna get a little bit of few things in here, but like it's more of a Leo centric storyline in this movie because for those who don't know, at the end of Rise, randomly Master Splinter or Lu Jitsu said, now Blue is the leader. And then everybody was like, what? And then it just ends.
Oh, jeez.
Because y'all know.
Thank you for that.
You guys know Raph is the leader during the whole stint of Rise, which he is leader on paper, but throughout the seasons, especially the second season, you actually see Leo kind of lead in the background. There's a lot of stuff that happens in Rise season 2 where Raph goes to Leo a lot, and they're more brotherly than how they're normally portrayed, like how Raph is the hothead and Leo is the ardent-bound Boy Scout, and they always busting heads. They are way more brotherly, and they do bust heads here and once or twice, but it's more like something stupid. It's like something stupid, not like how the team is being led or anything like that. It's more like them being teenagers. That's the reason why they be busting heads or anything like that. But like this movie is gonna be amazing, man. Like I'm gonna get Netflix again just for the month of August. I'm gonna get my Netflix subscription and I'm finna watch this movie.
Like if they're gonna release this movie, I want them to release all of Rise of TMNT because they only have the one season in there. It just
They
doesn't
may.
make a lick of sense.
They may.
They
I got
should.
Paramount Plus, so I
I
can watch
know.
those
Yeah,
seasons.
yeah. I know you. Yeah, I was finna say it is on Paramount Plus. It should be on Paramount.
Yeah, but I'm not getting Paramount Plus. I've
Yeah.
I'm on my limit of subscriptions right now.
Oh
So
man, they do it like I do. I bootleg every subscription but HBO Max. I have them all but HBO Max. I got Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus. I even
we
got
don't
Peacock.
condone we don't condone bootlegging.
I bootleg them all, so I got somebody's password. Shouts out to them. Only one I pay for is HBO Max. They be like me, man.
I can't be mad.
Oh,
I really can't be mad at Noah because I do the same
Yeah,
thing.
me neither.
I don't got Netflix, but I got everything. I even got Peacock for some odd reason, and I think the reason why I still have Peacock is because of my ex-girlfriend. Like that was the reason why it was her account, and I guess she ain't took me off. So occasionally I'll get on there every blue moon, but like I got Peacock, I got Crunchyroll, I got Funimation, I got HBO Max, I got Hulu. I don't got Netflix because my sisters cut me off of that. That's another story for another time. But but yeah, I got the
That
only
makes
thing I pay
sense.
for. The only thing I pay for. The only thing I pay for is Crunchyroll. That's it. That's the only thing
All
I
I pay-
actually pay for.
All I got is HBO Max, man. That's it. I ain't paying for nothing else.
And I don't even using them like that. I be on YouTube more than anything.
Me
Yeah.
neither. I watch Netflix all the time. I don't even watch nothing else. Just
No,
Netflix.
we
I just
are
rewatched a bunch of
we
shit.
are hyped. Well, I am hyped for Rise of the TMNT,
I'm
the
hyped for
movie.
it. Rise may be the best card.
I am too.
For the TMNT, man. So
I told you, man. I really think
I'm
Rise is slept on so
It is
hard.
slept on.
It is slept.
the
Yeah.
fans hated Rise.
Yeah, a lot of people hated
Yeah.
it. And
The
I'm
fans hated Rise.
It was too bold for most people to get
Yeah,
into.
because they want the same Ninja
myself
Turtles
included.
over and over and over.
I will
again.
raise my hand.
Yeah.
I was one of those fans that did not like Rise when it first came out, but I didn't like it for different reasons. Not because of the animation, not because half the cast was black or anything like that. Nah, that's not why I didn't like Rise or anything. One of my biggest things I didn't like Rise about was like I didn't like how the fact that Master Splinter wasn't like a father figure and Raphael being the leader. I was like, that's not right. That nigga has never been the leader. He can't lead whatsoever. But I gave Rise a shot, and I marathoned the first season, and I was hyped for the second season, and I've been hooked ever since. And I can, for the longest time, I always thought the 2012 Ninja Turtles was the best Ninja Turtles. And I'm a big Ninja Turtle fan. And I thought the 2012 Ninja Turtles was the best Ninja Turtles. Very close to the 2003, but those turtles are a little bit more edgy, if that's the word
Yeah.
we find.
Mhm.
Yeah. Got some angst.
And but like the 2012 turtles, they take the best things of the 87 turtles and the comic turtles and put it all into one thing. And then Rise did something totally different. It's just like when we go back to Legend, that Dragon Ball tale. They did something familiar with the characters, but they did their own thing. It's a whole different Turtles thing. So that's why. And I'd say Rise is probably the best Ninja Turtle cartoon in my opinion. It is the best one. Then it's 2012. If I'm ranking them, if you got me ranking them, it's Rise, 2012, 2003, 87, and then
87.
the Japanese one.
There's a Japanese one?
Yeah, there's a Japanese.
Oh yeah, there was a
It's-
Japanese. It's that weird anime one.
I just wish that they didn't Nickelodeon mistreated Rise, and the fans didn't give it a chance. It's just poor.
Yeah,
Rise.
And it wasn't until it freaking ended. That's when people was like, "Oh man, this show was cool.
No, don't end.
This show was always cool."
It was. The fans killed it. Nickelodeon mistreated it because they're Nickelodeon and they're idiots.
Yeah.
Never know what you have until it's gone.
And then it sucks too because Nickelodeon are the ones that own the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, they own it now. Mm-hmm.
So like it sucks. Granted, I don't even think Cartoon Network would have done it any better.
Better, yeah. Yeah, they got
Probably Teen Titans Go it.
Probably, yeah.
I probably watched that. I ain't gonna lie, that shit probably hilarious.
Yo,
Ninja Turtles.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe. Yeah.
Ninja Turtles Go, man. Like, man, that should be funny, man.
I mean, even Teen Titans Go made fun of Ninja Turtles. I had like their own parody of them, and it was kind of funny.
So, like I said,
But
man. Doom in the chat asks, when does Spider-Verse 2 drop? That's a good question, Doom. Next year. It was coming out. It was coming out. It's coming out. It was supposed
to come out in. It was supposed to come out in October, which Isaac was so excited about because it was near his birthday.
It was on my birthday, actually.
And then they delayed it till next year.
Yep, that's coming out next year.
Yeah.
All right, we can talk about this Super Sons trailer real quick. Have y'all all seen the Super Sons trailer?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
How do y'all feel about this animation?
It's okay. I'm cool with it. It's not a big deal.
It's something different. It really is. So I'm hesitantly optimistic about it because it looks good in some shots, but there are some shots where it's very clunky, So
it looks like Ratchet and Clank.
It does.
Bother me. It's
yeah.
I don't have no high expectations because I'm not really a big fan of Superman and his bullshit. That's just me though. I'm still watching.
I mean, yeah, I'm more excited for the Green Lantern one, the Jon Stewart animated movie that's coming out. But this one, I was because I like the run of the Super Sons, the comic run, and I like the Super Sons in general. Like John, that man is just a sweetheart, and he makes Damian tolerable. So like when I saw
you're one of those Damian haters.
I'm not a Damian hater. I mean, like over the years, he's gotten better. They're starting to write him better. But like when Damian was first introduced, go back and read when Damian was first introduced. Yeah, you want to wring that little kid's neck, man. Like he
was good in Super Sons. I did like him in the Super Sons storyline because and John Kent.
Yeah,
they're like peanut butter and jelly. They mesh together.
That man John was Damian's only friend. Like for real. Like he just became amazing. Like he became a tolerable character. And Damian did get better too when he became super. When he died and then he came back to life and he had superpowers for some reason. They didn't really explain that. But yeah, like when he died, he was cool because he was dead. But I mean, like, yeah, man, like,
man.
It's just
a lot of hate.
It's just.
I'm just like, dang. It's not that serious.
It's just this animation. I don't know about the animation.
It's fine.
It could go either way.
Cause it looks different.
I think they don't want it to look like the DC animated movies. They wanted to stick
which I'm fine with because I always hated that animation.
They changed it though. They started to change it when that Superman Man of Tomorrow movie came out.
Yeah, they doing that.
Yeah.
They don't want that. They don't want none of the new movies to look like that. You know, the universe, all the movies they was connected and stuff.
Yeah.
They don't want
that's what they were. That's what the Batman Long Halloween looked at similar to the same animation to the the Superman
Man
Man
of
of Tomorrow,
Tomorrow.
and the
And then
Jon Stewart animated movie also is looking like that. I don't know if this is in the same world or it's just its own thing.
I know that Man of Tomorrow and the Justice Society movie were the same thing because it showed Flash and Superman talking about coming up with a team together, like near the end. But I don't know about the other ones. So
All right. I have anybody seen that Catwoman anime thing?
Absolutely not. We ain't watching that bullshit.
no.
Wrong with you? Don't ever ask me dumb questions like that again. Watching that shit.
I mean, you're not the only one he's asking.
Oh my bad.
Last
It's just hilarious. It's just hilarious how Noah is like so insulted by a question that Walt asked, where clearly he's asking the rest of us.
not just you, man. It's not just you, niggas, man. It's just not you, man. You ain't
I don't really feel like that. I just haven't watched it. I forgot it existed till you said something.
moving on to Doom says Damian Wayne is badass shit. And you know it. I wouldn't say he's badass, but yeah, Doom, you know how I feel about Damian. F that little kid.
You can't take
He's
him
a
in
little
fight.
edge lord. I
That
can
little
tell
kid
you that.
dropping Walter. 100%.
No, he ain't.
He would.
I'm dropping
He
him.
probably would.
You can beat Damien.
I'm shooting him in the kneecaps. He ain't gonna do nothing with a bullet.
You're gonna block it with his sword because he's Damien.
He don't
No,
have a
I could only just see you like you being dropped like when Damien dropped the Ninja Turtles when they first met. It's Leo in the shin. He's like, "Jeez, ah!" Just destroy that man's leg.
Oh no, man! I know Damien. I'm shooting him on sight.
Do you own a gun?
I do.
Your water guns don't count, Walter.
I
Your
mean, I
Nerf
have a
guns
legit. I do have a
you don't.
legit.
No,
I
you
do.
Waller.
No, you don't.
I
No, you
do.
No, you don't.
Oh my god.
You would take
Anyway,
all your katanas and just stab you with them.
we're
Your
going
best bet is
on.
trying to stuff like that, man. Throw your
Huh?
figures at him.
I'm not throwing my fingers at that little demon child. You crazy? Damien is a test tube baby. I said it. Yeah. Anyway, like I said, Thor 4 reviews. I know. Isaac, when you going to see Thor: Love and Thunder?
I am going tomorrow.
Jr. You going to see Thor: Love and Thunder?
Yep.
Thunder
I'm
and
also
Love?
seeing it tomorrow in the morning.
Noah, you going to
No.
see Thunder,
No.
Love, Thor?
I'm not. You know I'm not. I'm not saying that
Okay.
bullshit.
Thunder in love.
All right. Well, the reviews have came in and they're kind of mixed. It's like the movie is split people like 50-50.
As usual.
I can see that.
At least the critics, anyway.
Yeah.
What's the score? What's the rock to do?
That is a good question. The movie actually comes out today.
You gonna go see it, Walter?
Yeah, I'm going to see it tomorrow. And let's look this up. Oh, Rotten Tomatoes right now is at a 68%.
Dang, a failing grade. What is that? The critic score?
Jeez.
Yeah, the tomato meter it is at 68,
Audience score is probably high.
and
The
the audience score is
What is the other score?
the audience score is 83%.
I figured. I knew it was gonna be
So
high.
yeah,
Yeah, a little bit.
Let's read the reviews of the audience score. Me and my children loved it. We had a good laughs. To the kids.
But yeah, I just thought it was. Is Marvel like losing their edge? Is that what people are saying? Is that what we're
No.
feeling? No.
probably. I don't know.
They're just like it'll never be as good as the original run. Them building the universe. for the
See,
Avengers.
I just think I think with this movie in particular, Marvel, might be losing their edge because Thor Ragnarok was so popular, and when they were talking about he was getting another movie, obviously everybody's going to be like, everybody who loved Ragnarok is going to be like, we want more of that. So I assume the director probably knew that, and I feel like they probably like doubled down on the Ragnarok-y feeling of this movie, and it's probably like double Ragnarok. So that might not gel with some people. I guess we'll find out how it is, when we go see it. But
Yeah, I heard it's
I'm kind of nervous.
It's funny. There's more jokes in here than anything.
So,
Oh boy.
how
It
long does
might
this take?
cut the serious tension between
It's,
When does this movie take
with
place? Like right
Gore
after
the
Avengers
Godslayer.
it takes place.
Endgame, or like
Yeah,
some
it
years
takes place.
after
It
Endgame?
takes place after Endgame. Like right at the end of Endgame, basically. Well, when Thor goes off with the Guardians.
Yeah.
The Guardians are in this movie.
Yeah, from
A little bit, apparently.
For a little bit, which might double down on the jokes, honestly.
Probably.
But I heard it's quote unquote a lot more jokes in there, so do what you will with that. And I also heard that some of the action is really good. It's probably the best action in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That's the things that I heard.
So this is like because the first two Thor movies, they sucked, right? People didn't like them. Or...
Yes, that is
true.
They
were.
Yeah, people didn't like the second one.
I have yet seen the first two.
Well, you was in theaters with me when we saw the first one.
Was that? Was that
yes, we dollared movie this.
That just shows how
insignificant
that movie became.
I remember Book of Eli.
No, we dollared movie Thor the first.
We
one,
did.
100%. Yeah, well, because you're the only reason why I seen it.
Dang, man, I don't even remember that.
That tracks.
Wow.
That just showed you how important that movie was.
Oh, God.
Yep. Second one was worse.
I know I ain't seen the second one.
It was kind of important in the long run, but the second one.
Are they building up for another Avengers movie eventually?
Yes.
Maybe not the Avengers we know. Not the Avengers we know, but the new Avengers.
They're either building up for that or Secret Wars.
I think it's Secret Wars is what's going to happen.
I have no idea what that
That's what I heard anyway.
Oh, man.
War that's secret.
I don't think I've seen none of the new movies after Endgame, so I have no idea what none of that shit.
Yeah, well.
Y'all gonna be watching Marvel till y'all 50. This is the 200th movie in the Marvel universe. Spider-Man 12.
Not even counting the random TV
Swing
shows.
Home.
Swing Home. That's what. Swing Home.
Swing Home.
Swing Home, Alabama.
Oh, my God.
Oh my God. Anyway,
y'all were thinking it.
We will be doing.
Don't deny it.
We will be doing a review. And speaking of that, we are gonna be trying to get more videos out, not just doing the live shows and everything.
Yeah,
we got a bubble review down the pipeline that's coming out here there soon. We're gonna be doing something on Spriggan, the anime on Netflix.
I still need to see that.
So we'll be doing that. We will also be doing there'll be some Power Ranger stuff we're gonna be talking about here soon. And we're probably gonna do some more stuff. But
Vampires in the Garden.
Oh yeah, Vampires in the Garden.
Walter made me watch that bullshit.
I didn't make you watch nothing.
Yes, you did.
I didn't even say you had to watch that. You said it. you was like, "Do I gotta watch this?" And I was like,
You,
"Sure."
no, that is not. When we was at your house, you was like, "Yo, guys, make sure you guys watch Spriggan and Vampires in the Garden."
No,
Yes, you did, Isaac.
no. Shut
He
up,
did say
Isaac.
that.
Nobody asked
I
you.
know it.
Shut up, Isaac. Nobody asked you. Jr. Tell him I didn't say that. See, Jr. said I
JR be in
didn't
his
do it.
own world half the
No
time.
idea what to tell you.
JR can witness a murder right in front of him. He's like, yeah, I don't know what happened. I looked up, he was dead.
Bro, I got ADD. I don't know what the fuck's happening right now.
Alright, well, we're about to jump
Alright.
into this game show. I'm finna go into game show walk. So I don't know if you guys in the chat right now have seen or heard of Movie Fights. It was like a debating show about movies and everything like that. We're gonna try to replicate that with Noah, Isaac, and JR. And we're just gonna try to have a good old time with these questions and have a debate. Not necessarily. I am the N.W.A judge, but chat, please say who won in this debate with the questions that we're gonna what I'm about
You're
to
the
ask
end-all
and
to be-all?
everything. I'm still the N.W.A because I'm God. And
I knew you was calling yourself God. I knew it. I knew it.
Jeez.
but in this case anyway, because I'm the judge. But it's mainly based off the arguments. Whatever they came out of their mouths, that's what it's based off of. Not whatever I think is right or whatever. It's just how they present it, how much passion, how much knowledge. I ain't gonna fact check them, but I'm pretty sure somebody in the comments or down below will probably fact check them. Actually, so.
Oh God.
So let's start. We're gonna go ahead and start, and y'all are gonna have like 15 minutes to talk among yourselves, debate or whatever in this. Make sure you don't try to talk over everybody, or just be loud and just be like, this is what I said. He hung and all that junk. But Noah, Jr., Isaac, the first question, and for you guys watching at home, or if I do cut this up, you guys, they answered and they all know their answers and everything. They don't know how the person is going to debate, but they are supposed to have been prepared ahead of time.
No.
Not always the case.
No.
Question one.
I did my homework.
Question one is, what is better, remakes, remasters, or neither? Opening statements. Noah, go ahead. Give me your opening.
You want me to go first? Oh shit.
What is
Well,
better
wait.
for
Well,
video games? This is for video games.
My answer was neither, right? That's what I put. Okay. The answer is neither, because I want to see some new IPs, some original ideas. Don't nobody want to play a remastered game on a PlayStation 5, except for like losers. All right. We want to see some new IPs, man. Want to see give me something to get my blood going. You know, but people want to play the same Star Wars games over and over again. Because they're weird. That's it. That's all I got.
All right, Isaac. In video games,
I picked
remasters, or neither.
I picked remasters because most of the time, if a game gets remastered, it's just like to polish it up for current gen, whatever it was before. But it's to polish it up more for the current gen, to help it run better, to help it look better. And sometimes it feels like remakes should only be used when the game came out so long ago that it's in desperate need of a complete overhaul. And I think most of the time remasters just work better, in my opinion. There's one remake that's coming out that I don't see why it's a thing, but we'll talk about that soon.
JR, opening statements. What is better? Remakes, remasters, or neither?
I chose remaster mostly on the fact that I've been playing more remasters than I have remakes because remasters you basically get to play the game that's you played so long ago, but they polish it up, they make the controls like better, and it really it brings you back to how it was played the first time of how it was played the first time.
All right.
And I feel like there should be a little bit more remasters than remakes because, like Isaac said, the remakes should be used more for like old games that
All right,
should
hold that
definitely
thought,
get a
JR. I just need an opening statement, man. Not
makeover.
go deep into the debate thing. Look, clearly Isaac and JR are on the same page, and Noah is he'll get 3 points. He'll get 3 points. But if Noah does not, each Isaac and JR get 1 point each. But go ahead, boys. Go ahead, guys. Just knock your shot.
Oh, okay.
Oh, my bad.
Let me see. Let me grab an example real quick.
Oh, here we go.
Uh,
Azura's Wrath. This needs a remake, a remaster. Because you can only play it on Gen
that
3
does need a
consoles.
remaster. It
This
does
is
need a
why,
remaster.
listen,
But
this
see,
is
like
why-
this one, no, this right here did not need a remaster, and it certainly
wow.
does not need a remake.
See,
It like
no, why am I trying to defend that point? I know why they got a remaster. That's different. But we don't need remaster remakes because we get so many because they're so successful in the market. Meaning,
true.
so like for example,
True.
if The Last of Us Part 1 remaster is a remake, they call it a remake, right?
Yeah, it's called a remake.
Yeah,
If
they're
this
making
does
a
really
remake.
well, other game companies gonna really see that and be like, "Oh, we're gonna do that to our game," even though they don't need it. So they're not gonna make
God
new
of War
IPs.
remake.
Yeah. Like,
Oh,
they're not gonna
jeez.
make new IPs. See, I'm not against the remakes or remasters. We just don't need so many of them. We just need new IPs. I don't need these companies to make the same game over and over again. Like who
But
made
wouldn't you?
Ghost of Tsushima? Insomniac?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, they
No,
just
Sucker
No,
Punch.
Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch.
Sucker Punch.
No, it was
Okay.
Yeah.
Sucker.
Not Ghost of Tsushima then. Insomniac makes Infamous.
Spider-Man remake. It was
But
They
Sucker
did-
Punch
I'm getting
made
them confused.
Infamous.
Whatever. We just don't need just new IPs. Keep new IPs coming. That's it. We don't need these. And then they're gonna make like an Elden Ring remaster. We don't need that shit. Okay, we just need new
But see,
IPs
that-
coming.
if it's something that's super recent, then yeah, you wouldn't need a remaster. But if there was like a game that came out years ago that you want to play again in like a 4K TV and it would look great, wouldn't you want to play that other than the old
No,
gross looking version?
only because like they could have remastered or remake the PlayStation 1 Spider-Man, right? And you guys would have never got the PlayStation 4 Spider-Man as it is right now. You know? Because you guys don't know what they can make if they just keep remastering and remaking the old games. That's why we need new IPs. Because they could easily just remake the Spider-Man games. But they was like, no, we're going to make this new Spider-Man game. And now look at this Spider-Man game. It's huge. The second one's about to come out. You got Miles. We do not need remakes and remasters. We need new games, new IPs. And that's it.
See,
Like, I don't
my
agree
thing
with
about
the-
remake or
Remasters.
I forgot which one I was going to say. Remasters, excuse me. my thing about remasters is like the prime example for me in particular was the Ninja Gaiden trilogy because those came out on, I think the first two were Xbox I think 2 was Xbox 360, and then they got Sigma on the PlayStation 3 and everything. But those games had such like they were really fun on PlayStation 3 on old gen, and I was really glad that they got a remaster because even though it was fun, the controls and like the visuals of it and everything were still very old. So when they remastered it, now it works like I felt like it always should have worked. And I feel like a remaster probably would have done the franchise more harm than anything. And a remaster is the perfect way to not only give new blood to the franchise, but it can also be like a testing ground for companies to like, because sometimes even in a remaster, it's not just like making the old game look nicer and everything. They can put in like small things, like different mechanics or something like that. And then that's like a testing ground to see if people are ready for like a brand new entry into the franchise or something similar. So I feel like remasters not only give new blood to the current franchise, but it also is good to like tell the companies if the fan base is ready for more stuff like it, not just that franchise in particular. That's just the way I look at it.
See, they could have just like, Ninja Gaiden is already a beloved franchise. Let's just make a new game with new graphics. We're gonna build it from the ground up, like they did Spider-Man, and then people would have loved it, like they do Spider-Man. What do they call Spider-Man for the PlayStation 4? They're just Spider-Man.
Marvel.
It's just
I think
Spider-Man.
it's just Spider-Man.
It's
just
called
Marvel's.
Marvel's Spider-Man.
Marvel's Spider-Man is like the best Spider-Man game, right? There's no other Spider-Man games touching that one. Walter, yeah.
Miles Morales.
I cannot.
Whatever. Those two are the best Spider-Man games that ever came out, right? And that's because they didn't.
In recent, yeah.
Because they didn't look at the old ones. They didn't care about no remake, how the old ones played. We're going to build our own Spider-Man game, and people are going to love it. People are going to buy this custom PlayStation 4 just for Spider-Man. And that's it. We do not need remakes or IPs.
Called it out.
Oh boy.
Especially like if you go back and like they're remaking quote unquote, the Resident Evil 4. If you go back and play that game still plays good. And they may do more harm with the remake than the original game. Because people love that shit. People love 4, so that's just me, I know certain games, I guess you can argue certain games do need a remake because they're so old. I guess, but just make a new game, build on with your franchise.
It's really a game by game basis because, like, I was just thinking about. I think they're getting ready to remake, or they're working on remaking Dead Space, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it was Dead Space.
Even though like Dead Space could have just been a remaster, like they just put a new coat of paint on it, but there's something with like the new systems and everything. There's so much more they could do with the technology that's available today that they were like, we could have just done a remaster, but all the things that we wanted to do is we might as well just remake the game from the ground up. So like we were saying, it's definitely a game by game basis, but on the majority, I feel like a remaster is the best.
And they are. The man that created Dead Space is making that new game coming out, Callisto Protocol. He's the creator of Dead Space.
Is he really?
They wouldn't give him Dead Space.
Oh, so that's weird.
They made Callisto, whatever it's called. I think it's Callisto Protocol. That's your new Dead Space with the new graphics and stuff. That's a perfect example.
Oh, that's weird.
If they would have gave him the rights to his own game, he would have made that new Dead Space game. But they didn't. So now he's making this game and people are hyped for it. It's crazy. That's why just make new IPs. Or if you want to just make another IP of your franchise that already exists. Don't remake an old game. How many times are you going to rewrite a book and want us to read it again? I'm not going to keep reading the same book over and over again.
But there's the chance that the new IP would not be well received
by any game.
the old
that's any game.
Yeah.
If it's a remake, it's a new IP. That's any game that may come out. That's just any. That's just when we review it and stuff. See if we liked it or not.
All
So
right, all right.
that's just any game.
Closing statements. I'm gonna go around closing statements. Down in the chat, if you guys have been listening to the whole time, tell me who you think had the best argument here. We basing it just off the arguments and what they had said and everything that. But closing statements, Isaac, give me your closing statement on remaster, remake, or neither.
I still genuinely feel that remasters are the best way to prolong a franchise's longevity and give way to new IPs in a way that a remake probably wouldn't be able to do. So I don't know. I feel like remasters are probably the best way to go in general.
All right, JR.
Remasters, I still feel like they're great in terms of coming back to like the games that you've always cherished when you first played them. So and it would get you hyped for new stuff if they ever actually do new stuff. That's why I was excited with the Mass Effect Legendary Edition, and now they're making another one. So,
All right. Noah, closing thoughts.
If you want to prolong your franchise, then just make more IPs for it. Just make more sequels, or just be smart with your marketing. Like with the new God of War, the first one came out for PlayStation 4. They didn't call it God of War 5. It was like, we don't want to off-put our old new fans that didn't play the old ones, and so we're just going to call it God of War, and that's it. You don't need keep making remakes or IPs for them. The old God of Wars, they didn't even have I don't even think they had like a collection, did they?
Yeah, they did.
They did? Oh,
They did, yeah.
Well,
yeah.
you can just reboot. You can either reboot your franchise like they did with God of War, right? Well, you don't really need to play the old ones to get the new ones.
Yes.
And that's it. That's how you make your franchise live. Not making remakes, not making remasters. Just make new IPs, man. I want some new IPs. That's it.
All right. Chat. If anybody's in the chat and was listening, please tell me, cause not gonna lie, this was hard. This is hard. This is hard. Y'all brought up some pretty good points. Noah knocked it out of the park right here and there. He's hitting y'all with the Spider-Man part, and then even with his ending thing. But I mean, Isaac came out swinging too. Like it was y'all have brought up some good points. This is tough for God King Walt. This is tough, man. Like
King Walt. We're never calling you that. That's not catching on at all.
This is tough, man. This is tough. I'm looking at the chat right now. Besides Doom, he said God of War remake was a masterpiece. To those of us with good taste, I guess that's a jab to me. If you do, but I really hope somebody in June. All good points all around. Kirsten says, "Oh man, I need somebody to be picked though, Kirsten. I need someone to be picked." Because I mean, I have a feeling where I'm leaning on because they said more. They was a little bit more passionate. But I just I'm interested in what the chat wants to say before I pick. I'm going to give it a couple of more seconds. Going once, going twice. As much as I love the duo of Isaac and JR, I feel like Noah came in a lot harder. And some of the things he said, this man Kirsten said, not Noah, he ugly.
Oh my God.
But Noah, man, you impressed me. And you know that it's hard. That's a hard thing to do, man. That's a hard thing to do. Noah, you got the first point, so awarded for this first question. So
let's go.
Our second question, we're going in. Since Sonic, what's this called? What's this new Sonic game called?
Is it Prime?
Frontiers.
Frontiers.
Oh no, it's
Prime is
Frontiers.
the
Yeah.
cartoon.
It's the Netflix show. Yeah.
Sonic Wasteland.
It's the
So
Netflix show. Yeah.
Big
because of the
Sonic Wasteland.
whole Sonic thing, we are asking the question: what is the best Sonic game? So I'm gonna go with Noah first. What is the best Sonic game out of all his catalogs? What is the best game?
What did I say? Sonic 2? Sonic 2. I don't know what I said.
Oh my god, you indeed did put down Sonic 3.
Oh, same game. That's fine. What was the question again? I'm sorry. My baby's over here. He distracted.
Just give me your open. I'll go back around for opening statements. Isaac, what Sonic game did you pick as the best Sonic game?
I picked Sonic Generations.
Sonic Generations. And JR.
Yeah.
I picked Sonic Colors.
All right. JR.
Sonic coloring book.
Give me a quick opening statement of why Sonic Colors is the best Sonic game.
When I played Sonic Colors, all I remember was the music, the gimmicks, the colors. And it and
Yeah.
I based this decision purely on fun factor because, like, using the abilities that the game gives you, it doesn't feel too gimmicky like all the other Sonic games were.
Mm-hmm.
They added with the fun factor. The music was top tier, god level music, and even though the story was a little average, it was still simple enough for you to get through it. And it was like the first time I ever heard like the new voice actor Roger Craig Smith voicing Sonic, and that was like it opened a whole new character for Sonic for me. So
Isaac,
that's why I feel like
opening
Colors
statement
is the best.
for Generations.
I feel like Generations was probably the best. I mean, I know everybody likes Sonic Mania, and Sonic Mania is great, but Sonic Generations just felt like a fantastic like celebration of the entire franchise because it not only brought fans of the modern Sonic, the 3D Sonic, but also the original 2D Sonic by bringing both of them in, and then you get to play through all your favorite if all your favorite stages were in that game, but a lot of like the highlights from each game. Not to mention, there's like remixed versions of all the songs, and it's one of those games that's like a love letter to Sonic, and it was. I feel like that game was the most exciting. It had a lot of hype to it. I just feel like that was a good time to be a Sonic fan. Really, when I picked it, it was either this one or it was Sonic Colors. I figured JR was going to pick Sonic Colors, so I was like, I'll pick Generations.
All right.
But yeah.
Noah, opening statement.
Yeah. It's a classic, Sonic 3. Great music, great gameplay, one of the best platformers in the world, man. Sonic. Yeah, one of the last great Sonic games before the 3D games came out, we saw those monstrosities, Sonic 3, you can't beat it, man. The music, the pixel art, it's amazing. Man.
All right, guys, go ahead, knock it out. Best Sonic game. Tell the chat. Tell us. Go ahead.
You guys want to know why Sonic Colors is not the best Sonic game? Because only JM
Why?
Isaac played that shit. Nobody else played Sonic Colors.
That's because I'm
definitely
the
not
only one
true.
here who had a Wii.
Nobody else played Sonic Colors. Anyone know why Sonic Generations is not the best Sonic game? Because the 3D
Why?
Sonic games were flopping. So it's like, all right, we're gonna go back to the old Sonic because this new one sucks. We are bombing each Sonic game, and so this is
See,
why Sonic 3
the
is the
thing
best.
is,
We got good scores.
the
Michael
3D
Jackson made our
Sonics, yes.
music. Michael Jackson made our music.
Uncredited. Uncredited.
Well, he's credited now. It just came out. They finally gave Michael Jackson his credit. I don't know if you
Oh,
guys
After he
saw that
yeah.
news. Yeah.
Years after he died,
confirmed.
yeah.
It's
Years
Good
confirmed
after
job.
he
Michael
died.
Jackson played his my game. When nobody played y'all games. Nobody played Colors.
Because he died before he did. He had a
I
chance.
don't. Okay.
Michael Jackson on my side, the king of pop. Who played y'all games? Nobody? Oh, I know. My game is
Everybody
good.
else.
I have great reviews. I don't know what your guys' reviews are, but Sonic Generations needed to bring back the old Sonic, and nobody played Sonic Coloring Book. Nobody played that shit. Nobody played the Wii
See,
Sonic games at all.
all the 3D Sonic games do have a level of jank, like a ton of level of jank to it. But Sonic Generations did it to a certain point that, like, oh, if I remember correctly, there's a Sonic 06 level in Sonic Generations. So they were like, look, we know that game was pure garbage. We're sorry. Here's a stage from it that actually works this time.
I will give him
So
that.
it's just
I will give him
it's
that.
Generations just got it to a point where it was like, yes, we know we haven't been doing very well in the past. Like, our 3D Sonic games have a level of jank to them that's, like, untouched by any other
Not
franchise.
Colors.
But
Not
there's
Colors.
there's Colors has jank. Don't even
Wii game.
start.
Not a
Every
lot.
3D
Not a
Sonic has
lot.
jank.
I remember playing as a kid. I
It's a Wii game.
remember
It has
I
because
remember
you're a kid. You're not looking for that stuff. You don't care.
not like, even looking back on the gameplay, I don't remember a lot of jank. People see the jank from the ultimate version of it, ultimate edition, like the remastered version.
Even the
Yeah.
remaster still had jank. That means that game could not be fixed.
Nah, they just didn't do a
what I'm
good
saying.
job on the
But you know what
remaster.
game don't got jank or no glitches? Sonic 3 and Michael Jackson.
I'm pretty sure Sonic 3 had a ton of glitches, man.
What celebrity
Yeah,
played your games?
I've seen a lot of weird stuff.
Usually
What
older games
celebrity
like
played
that
your
have a
games?
bunch of.
What celebrity played your games?
I
Are you
believe the
basing
Game
it
Grumps
off
right now
that?
are playing Generations.
They play
Are they
Colors.
on the level of famous of Michael Jackson, the king of pop?
I think that's an
Alright, then
unfair question.
I'm
That
glad we
really
had this
is an unfair
conversation.
question.
Okay.
You're not basing it on the game at all. You're just basing it on
You-
Michael Jackson playing
Sonic
yours.
Colors had a remaster remake and it still was glitchy.
People still had a lot of fun with it, even with the
Then they had to
glitches.
bring back the old Sonic for Generations just for the game to be okay. Nobody even talks about Generations no more. They did that one time. It was like, all right. And then Sonic Mania was only good because fans made it. And that's it. And then Sega was like, yo, this game's kind of cool. We don't know how to make a good Sonic game. Give us your little 2D game. Because 2D Sonic is the best. And this is why Sonic 3 is the best. I even brought picture evidence.
No. The only thing I'm hearing in this argument is why our games suck. I don't hear why your game is good, though.
Yeah.
A bunch of people played yours, but did a bunch of people enjoy yours?
Yes. Did you see the scores?
No.
I'm not looking at scores. I'm basing this off.
I'm not looking at
your
critics' reviews. I'm
review.
looking at people who actually like the game.
You guys didn't play the old Sonic games?
Of course I played the old Sonic games.
Did you guys enjoy them?
I still enjoyed the 3D versions, though.
I much rather the 3D ones.
So you're telling me you rather play a glitchy game than a game that's good?
Every single one of Sonic's games have been glitchy at one point or another.
See, if my game is glitchy, it's because it was made in like 19 something, where the technology wasn't that good. You guys are in 3D. Walter, here's my evidence I brought for the site. I want you to
If
take a look
it's
at that. And,
Colors music is still better though.
your music's not
It
better
had
because my music was made by Michael Jackson. You're telling me
doesn't
they make
matter.
better music than
It
Michael
doesn't
Jackson?
matter to me.
Who made
It
your
doesn't
music?
matter.
Who made your music? Do you even know their names?
Like a pop
You don't even know their names.
Japanese
So you
band.
came
Pretty sure a
unprepared.
pop Japanese band.
So you came unprepared. A Japanese man, really?
I still
That
enjoy their music more than Sonic 3.
You came unprepared for a debate. Name one song from Sonic. Can you name 3 tracks off Sonic Colors?
Didn't you say before we did all this that you weren't prepared either?
Oh, no, I'm always prepared. I have one of the greatest minds.
I still doubt that.
I brought evidence. Did you guys bring evidence?
I'm not even looking at your evidence because the evidence is probably trash.
My evidence is legit.
All I see is pictures. Not really.
That's evidence. That's all I need to be. Anyways, Sonic 3 is a great game. It's a beloved
Sonic
classic.
Colors is a great game.
They just brought back my game, Origins, and did all the cutscenes. That's how great my game is. They're not bringing back Sonic Generations. They brought back Sonic Colors.
They did that because they have no better ideas.
Oh, they have a
Generations already had all of the old stuff in there. Just
wait. Did you say Sonic Frontiers was a better idea?
No.
Oh, it's a new idea.
Nobody
said
nobody said anything about
they
Frontiers.
Don't have no ideas, and I said they have Sonic Frontiers. That's a new idea.
Sonic Colors was a pretty good idea.
Nobody played it.
A lot more.
Nobody played Sonic Colors.
I did.
Nobody played.
It's my fault you didn't have a Wii.
I had a Wii and I ain't play that shit. I knew that game was gonna suck. I don't need a. Nobody played Sonic Colors. Nobody played Sonic in the Black Knight. Nobody played Sonic in the Secret Rings.
I played Sonic in the Secret Rings.
A lot of people played those.
A lot of people played those. Which is why there's a lot of opinions about those games. There wouldn't be any opinion about those games.
Their opinions on those games, they suck. Absolutely.
People still played them. People still played them.
Right.
Against your argument of people playing
All right.
Sonic 3 had Michael Jackson.
Isaac. Ending thoughts.
What?
Ending thoughts. Give me your closing statement.
Sonic Generations is the greatest hits of Sonic, and that's pretty much it.
JR.
Sonic Colors had the best music out of most of the Sonic games. Had the better story out of all 3 of the games that we're arguing with. Just has the best Sonic overall.
And Noah.
They had to bring back the 2D Sonic for Generations just for that game to be good. And they remastered Colors, and nobody still didn't play that game. So the classics are the best. Shouts out to the classics, Sonic 3. Greatest Sonic game in the world.
All right. Chat, please someone tell me who had the better argument. In the chat below while I look up these scores. So Sonic 3 retro reviews. Game Ranks gave it a 78%, and it has a 78% on Xbox, and then on Sega it has a 89%. Metacritic gives it a 79 out of 100. GameSpot gave it a 8 out of 10, and IGN gave it a 9 out of 10.
9? IGN? Really? Too much water?
Sonic Generations Metacritic scores on the Xbox and PlayStation 3, it's roughly about 77 out of 100.
Good scores.
GameSpot gave it an 8 out of 10. IGN gave it 8.5 out of 10. That's Sonic Generations.
Sonic Generations, pretty good.
Sonic Colors, Metacritic gave the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One. They gave them 75 out of 100. The Wii version had a 68.
Dang, villain, that's crazy. 68.
And then IGN gave Sonic Colors 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
Nintendo Life gave it a 8 out of 10.
It's a
However,
Nintendo game. I'm not gonna.
however,
Yeah.
Nintendo World Report gave it a 5 out of 10. So those are the scores on it. Kirsten James says Shadow the Hedgehog wasn't that bad.
Oh God.
And
Does that even count?
and he says Sonic Adventures 2 is the GOAT. One second.
Hmm.
Left. Oh, quiet now.
So I started trying to watch Umbrella Academy.
From the beginning, or the newest season?
No, I've seen the first 2 seasons, and for whatever reason, I swear it's taken me almost a week and a half to get through the first 4 episodes of the new season.
Really? You think it's that bad, or you don't know?
I don't
why?
know. It's boring. Some's not right.
That ain't got nothing to do with Sonic. Anyway,
It was
You
on
were
my
away.
mind.
You were away. You need to talk about something.
I'm looking at the chat. Nobody's bailing me out. I'm going with Isaac on this because he made more sense. He actually was talking about the game, and then when JR and Noah just started, Noah kept talking about Michael Jackson. He didn't even say about the game. Nobody
Exactly.
no one even once, because I had a Wii. I played Sonic Colors. Nobody said anything to JR about the villain. They are terrible. They didn't even get real good until in the comics. That's when the villains actually became great in the comics. But
I
like
don't even know who the villain is for colors.
nobody. They're the what are the
No idea.
Nixes or something like that. They have like Magneto like powers that can control robots and stuff like that.
What?
The dudes
I
from
remember that. I
the dudes
remember
from
that.
yeah, the dudes from Colors, like they the six. You remember?
But like there are like 6 colors, but those were like the alien species. They weren't like a villain version of it.
Yeah, they are. No, they were the villains. The six or whatever they're called, or the
Wisp.
not the Wisp.
The Wisp.
There was the villain. There was a new.
You mean those
villain.
bosses?
Yes,
you mean those bosses that you fight?
Yes,
those were just.
No, those were the villains of the game, and they were terrible.
Yeah, but they
were
they were bosses that Eggman built. You're making it sound like that they're like an entirely different.
Eggman did not build these guys. They came from a different dimension. See, you don't even know about your own game. Like I said, like nobody really got on about the games or anything like that, except for Isaac.
Because I played because I was busy playing and having fun with the game.
I played it too. Yeah, I played it too.
Like super into the lore.
I played it too. I mean, that's what you do with a game too. You do be getting put into the lore. I don't know what you. Again, Isaac did more, so like Isaac gets the point on that one.
I haven't played these games in years.
Moving right along. Question number 3.
How many points he get? 3?
Like I just based it on enjoyability.
He gets 1.
Okay.
He gets 1. Actually, he gets 2. I'll give him 2. Because I am God King Walt.
You're not God King Walt.
So cheating.
And I do what I want.
So, whatever.
Question number 3, we're asking. It's a cartoon question. And we are asking, who is the best cartoon villain? It could be from any cartoon show, not an anime or a movie, an animated movie, but any cartoon villain. We're asking that. Who's the best villain? We're doing villains. And lo and behold, Isaac and JR, they had the same villain, Slade from Teen Titans. And Noah has Amon from Legend of Korra. go at it with a opening statement. Noah, why is Amon the best cartoon villain?
Amon's the best cartoon villain because everybody was down for the revolution in season 1. Nobody wanted Korra to win. Everybody was like, "I'm with the revolution." Okay, my man just wanted people to be equal. That is all.
Jr.
Slade was a master manipulator. He got inside the head of the Titans to the point where they drove a wedge between them. Like, I don't remember Amon doing that, but yeah,
I do.
Slade's pretty badass.
Uh, I just think Slade is the best cartoon villain because this man had a whole team of superheroes afraid of their own house to the point where one kid had a whole fight with him in his head and was actually beat to like a pulp, and Slade wasn't even there the whole time. That's just the kind of fear that Slade puts in people in that show. But we'll say more in the debate.
All right, guys, go at it.
Can I just start off by saying I like both of these villains. Like genuinely,
Amon's,
I don't think either of these villains
Amon
are
is good.
bad.
Amon is good
Amon's
up until
great.
the end. Up until the end, where it turns out he was
The end is what breaks it for me. Slade, it just I feel like Slade in particular was such a crazy villain, so like strangely soft spoken, but like he was methodical, he was calculating, and the fact that he like I think it's at the end of the first season to the point where he blackmails the leader of the Teen Titans into becoming his apprentice. And usually there's like a storyline where like he'll say no, and obviously the person will like threaten or blackmail or something like that. But Slade's influence was so powerful that Robin was just like, I have to do this, and he beat the crap out of his own team because Slade told him to. And even to the point where like Slade dies, if I remember correctly, he dies, but then he still comes. He still comes back. Which I mean, that season's kind of weird, but
that's all nice and all. Slade was rocking the Teen Titans for a good about 2 seasons, but when Korra first aired, season 1, Amon, that touched people in real life. We was rooting for Amon and them to win. Okay, we were just watching Teen Titans, like, oh yeah, Slade's beating up these children. That's cool and all, but did Slade even like terrorize the city, or was he just beating up the Teen Titans for no reason?
Oh yeah,
he was always beating up the Titans.
He was always the villain.
What was Slade's plan the whole episode of Teen Titans? Nothing. Just terrorize Robin and the Teen Titans.
You're just messing with them kids, man.
Basically, he incited like 2 godlike beings who could control the weather just so Slade could be able to introduce himself to Robin. Basically made these 2 godlike beings destroy destroy the city.
Slade was on some weird stuff, just wanted to mess with these kids. Amon just wanted to help non-benders. He wanted to make a world where everybody was equal and not be oppressed no more. Because benders, they was getting out of control, with their little special powers and stuff. Slade didn't do nothing. The city didn't even fear Slade because he didn't do nothing in the city to make it dangerous or nothing. He was just, I'm gonna mess with these Teen Titans. He
had Terra as an apprentice, and Terra was the one who kept the city in lockdown.
They knew Terra. They didn't know it was Slade. They knew Amon. Some people didn't even want to talk about Amon because they.
Now she was wearing his symbol. She was wearing his. Amon was so powerful.
He touched us in real life. We were down for the revolution
until he lied.
It doesn't matter. She was down for the revolution. He just wanted people to not be oppressed no more. Everybody was going to be equal.
Yeah, but as soon as people caught on Amon's lie, then all of a sudden they turned on him, calling him a liar, and they just stopped that.
You see, at least
then the revolution didn't matter anymore.
He did something in the show. Slade was just messing with some teenagers in their minds.
But see, the thing is,
if you ask me, He was on some
See,
stuff.
the thing with Slade is like, yeah, he
That
was
makes
going
Slade
after this
even
one
more
specific
dangerous.
team of. Yeah, the fact that he was going after this one specific team of heroes is like, yeah, it sounds like he's just going after them with no, with no other goal. But like the way I look at it, if Slade takes out the Teen Titans who protect the city, what's the city gonna like? What are they gonna do
Exactly.
after that? They just saw
There were
their greatest team of heroes get whacked by one guy,
Yeah, you see, and then if it really
and what are
became a
they gonna do
problem,
now?
if it really became a problem, they would have called the Justice League.
Yeah, but the Justice League were
See,
nowhere
if
in sight. Nobody.
Amon wasn't no sick psycho. He wasn't messing with Korra. He didn't even care. He only started messing with Korra because Korra had called him out, and the mom was like, "Yo, I'll show up. I guess. Let me teach this little girl some lessons. All right, now let me
Because
get
Korra
back
was a dumbass.
to my revolution. All right, I'm trying to make this revolution. People are following me because I'm doing these good TED talks. Okay, that's what he was doing. TED talks to the people." And the people was like, yo, this guy's making sense. We're tired of being oppressed by benders. Okay? People in y'all city didn't know Slade existed. He was a villain to the Teen Titans and nothing else. Amon was just like, yo, people are sick of these benders. I want to help. And people start to
Then he's
listen.
not a villain. Then he's not that much of a villain. He's more like an activist, an extremist.
Oh, no, he's a villain.
He wasn't that much.
Anyways. All right. People didn't know Slade existed in the Teen Titans except for the Teen Titans. Amon was the leader.
That makes him the most dangerous because if nobody knew about him, then how would they stop him?
He wasn't doing nothing. They didn't need
He was stealing a bunch of shit. He was recruiting villains to make his own team.
To mess with the Teen Titans. It all came back to them. I'm like, yo, Slade woke up and said,
how else is he going to take over?
Today. Amon was like, how am I going to save these oppressed people? And we was down for the revolution. Everybody was down for the revolution. Okay?
It all comes.
Everybody.
That's a blanket statement, but I guess.
I mean, let me ask King God Walter. Walter, was you down for the revolution?
I cannot answer.
He kind of lied about it.
Anyways.
See, the thing is, like,
he kind of manipulated
Slade only going after the Titans makes more sense with Slade because it's like he already had a flair for the dramatic anyway. And what kind of villain would want to introduce themselves to a city when their heroes are still around? Why not introduce yourself to a city that has now no hope after you've already taken down their greatest team of heroes? So I feel like, I mean, he was on the right track in the first place to take them down first. And I mean, if we're being completely honest, I feel like he did it a few times. So
he died and came back as a superpowered demon herald. And basically helped destroy the entire city.
Amon was taking people's bending away. All right. Korra was dead in the water. She's like, I'm not the Avatar no more because I don't have no bending. The only reason why she got her bending back was because of Aang. Because she was the Avatar, man. Amon defeated Korra and her little group of friends multiple times without even using the bending. They could even handle his little henchmen. All right? Amon had a cause. Slade was just messing with the Teen Titans because he's a weirdo. Because he likes teenagers. Okay? Amon wanted to change the world.
Wouldn't that make him more of a villain than Amon?
No, it just makes him a creep.
A creepy villain.
No, just a bad creep. He needs to go on the registry. He needs to get some help. Amon was trying to change the world. Slade was just messing with the Teen Titans.
I mean, he died, but still came back, and now he's
okay. He died and came back to life, and what did he do? He didn't want to mess with Robin no more. Ooh, Raven, look at you. He's just a weirdo. He wasn't even the main villain no more after that, man. At least when Amon went out with a bang, literally. And people still are down for the revolution.
See,
in real life, he's like, I'm still down for
the thing with Amon. The thing with Amon is like, yeah. His cause was like, yeah, I get it. but he still lied by the end of it. He was a bender the whole time, and it just feels like it makes his cause moot at that point
Yeah,
because
just his whole message
because a bunch
falls
of people
flat.
saw him. A bunch of people saw after that, like when they found out he was a bender, they're like, "Oh, then he was just trying to spread chaos the entire time, and he didn't really believe in the cause anyway." So, what's the point of actually furthering that cause? Whereas, like, I mean, Slade from the very beginning, you're like, I don't know what this guy wants, but you can tell his sole intention is to cause discord, pun intended,
You
in
see,
the Teen Titans.
just because Amon's methods he used was wrong, doesn't mean his speeches and stuff wasn't wrong. Because we seen in the show that that Bendis was being, like more like a bastard to like normal people, and Amon saw that. Just because his methods was bad doesn't mean he was wrong. Those TED talks were amazing.
But he
Okay,
lied to the extent where he said that he was attacked by a firebender and even faked his own scars. And
like
when
I just said,
people,
his methods may have been wrong, but his message wasn't. He just wanted to help
so
Mom
the
Bender.
ends justify the means.
I'm not
Would
saying,
you?
listen, all I said was he wasn't wrong. His messages about Benders treating other non-Benders messed up wasn't wrong. Because we saw that in the show. And people started turning on the protagonist because of how they was being treated. And Armand just pointed that stuff out. You was about to say something, Walter?
That was. I'm gonna take that as your closing statement.
Boom,
Jr. Give me your closing statement.
Slade got into these kids' heads to the point where he was defeating them when he wasn't even around. So that shows a lot about how Slade influenced the protagonist to an extent.
And
Just
Isaac.
makes him more badass.
Uh, Slade was a psychological terror on this team, and it just feels like his influence lasted much longer because with Amon, after he was gone, it was just on to the next villain. Um, so
Nobody cared anymore.
it's not really that much of a lasting effect, in my opinion. But
Is it
But
because
Alright.
everybody
Isaac? Oh,
remembers
you
Slade.
said that was my thing.
Shut up, both of you. All right. So y'all brought out some really good points. In the beginning though, when y'all both, especially Isaac, it was like, I just want to come out first. Both of these villains are great. That's not what we doing here. That's not what that almost lost me. You almost just, I was just like, I automatically just threw out your vote. However, you were saying some good stuff, especially towards the end when you had said about Slade, how Slade was the Granted, Noah could have just hit y'all back. He was like, the only reason why Robin got beat himself up is because Slade after death had a safe. He was like Batman. He had a safety thing in his mask. That's the only reason why Robin beat himself up. But you, how you had came down is like how you said after Amon, no one thought about Amon at that point. But after Slade, people still was thinking about Slade, even though he wasn't the villain. But like I really you really carried your team. Let's just say that, Isaac. You really carried your team. Noah, I knew there was a lot of stuff on what Noah was saying about Ahmad too. If Noah had just said about and he was trying to get there, and I felt like he was getting there with towards the end, when Ahmad, like how y'all said Ahmad lied and everything, and people saw him and they didn't listen. That's not true. That is not true. Towards the end, and even if they found out, it was still animosity, like how Noah has said. There was still animosity against non-benders and benders. It was still that. There was still that his words, like Noah had said, did hit a chord. That did hit a chord. But like at the end of the day, I'm with Isaac saying like that one phrase at the end of the day, when Isaac saying like, nobody remembered him on because the next season he didn't get brought up, and I'm just like, this is true. This is true. So like with just that right there, I don't know how the chat feels, but with that right there, I gotta give the point to Isaac and Jr. So Isaac, you are tied with Noah with 3 points, and Jr. you have 2 points. And we're going into the final question because we don't have enough time to go into stuff. We're going to the final question, which is a MCU question, and we're asking a simple question: who had the strongest trilogy of the MCU? Spider-Man, Thor, Captain America, or Iron Man? Isaac, what did you pick?
I picked the Captain America trilogy.
JR, you picked Captain America as well. And Noah, what did you pick?
Spider-Man.
Oh my god.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Isaac and JR, do y'all want to do this again as a team or?
We probably
Sure.
might have been saying the same thing. We probably might say the same
Yeah,
thing.
most likely.
All right, Noah, if you win this, you will get 3 points. Just know that. So, just half at it. No opening statements in it. Just go on at it. Tell us why Captain America versus Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, you know, man. Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Yeah, Spider-Man. Does whatever a spider can. And Spider-Man. And done.
JR, Isaac.
Go ahead.
Well, Captain America is a leader, a good person. Just
Talking about the movies.
his yeah, I know, but they're based on him like being the best leader that he can be, given the circumstances that he's been like going through in these movies. Like he was so like these movies like they showed him being inspiring. They showed him like having he's the man with the plan, the Star Spangled Man with the plan. So and
Star Spangled Man.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe so.
Oh yeah.
This is the debate portion, guys.
This
This
is the debate portion?
Yeah.
I thought this was still the. I thought this was the.
No,
Okay.
I said no opening statement.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Alright,
you
cool.
did?
Yes.
I didn't hear that. Shit.
So Captain America's trilogy in particular is if you look at his first movie, that's what Captain America is supposed to be. By the second and third movie, what they do in comparison to Spider-Man's trilogy, Captain America's trilogy deconstructs everything Captain America believes in. He's like constantly tested on what he believes, like his faith in the government, his faith in not only the his political beliefs, his personal beliefs, because in the Winter Soldier, he's not only faced with the fact that his best friend is now a brainwashed assassin that's coming to kill him, but he's also come to find out that the whole organization that he works for is actually Hydra the whole time. Yeah, has been infiltrated for God knows how long. And it's really, it's a whole trilogy of Captain America figuring out for himself what he's fighting for, and you see that not only in just his movies, but also like whenever he shows up in the Avengers, because he's always battling with this kind of idea. Like by Civil War, he has to come to a decision whether he's going to make a decision for himself or he's going to let somebody else give him orders, which that was a big deal for him in I think Age of Ultron, when Wanda like brainwashed him and everything, and his whole he can't bear to be without a mission, like without a war. And in Civil War, it was kind of that deal where he just like, am I going to be America's soldier from now on, or am I going to be an actual Avenger? And I feel like his story told throughout those three movies, even though it culminates in Endgame and everything, I think it's the perfect trilogy in the MCU, in my opinion, anyway.
A lot better than what I was gonna say.
Do you know why you guys lost? You guys don't even have a trilogy.
Why?
You guys don't have a trilogy. You guys have the first one and the second one, and then the third movie was just called Captain America. That movie was called Avengers Civil War. All right? That movie wasn't even about Captain America. It was about everybody. They just gave y'all a movie because you guys needed a trilogy. Spider-Man, we have rich storytelling. Our villains are better. Okay? Spider-Man's suit is better. Okay?
Do you believe that though?
Yes. Love Spider-Man.
No, you don't.
He's one of my favorites,
God.
okay?
Oh goodness.
I'm dying.
My trilogy revived the Spider-Man franchise, okay? Because everybody know Amazing Spider-Man, that piece of shit sucked. And then kids wasn't even alive to see the old trilogy, okay? This trilogy revived the MCU, because let's be honest, the MCU was slacking without Spider-Man. Spider-Man came.
The MCU's slacking now.
That's not Spider-Man's fault. That's not my fault. My movies are great.
Well,
Okay?
you noticed the MCU started to slack when the original Avengers left.
Yeah,
Iron Man was gone. Cap's gone.
Spider-Man wouldn't have a
Natasha's
trilogy.
gone.
You're not even in the MCU
Spider-Man
no
wouldn't
more.
even have
Some
a trilogy
random
if it
black guy
weren't
took
for
over Captain
Civil
America.
War.
He's still here. Spider-Man is still here. We're gonna get a fourth movie. And Captain America, y'all fourth movie don't even count because it's not even the same guy. It's just some random black guy who has a shield now. Okay?
Oh God.
Lord have mercy.
You're oh God.
And Spider-Man is amazing. That's why he's the amazing Spider-Man.
That's a different Spider-Man
I know.
altogether.
See,
oh my God.
Anyways,
look, my thing about the Spider-Man trilogy is
It wouldn't exist
Yeah,
without
like-
Civil War. It wouldn't have existed if it weren't
Yes.
for
That's not
Civil
true.
War.
it wouldn't.
That's not true at all. You can't say that. Because Spider-Man
Actually,
didn't
it
have his
wouldn't exist without
if
Iron
Spider-Man
Man.
didn't have his cameo, Spider-Man still would have got his movie. And that's fact. They just gave y'all Spider-Man because
It
that
would've been
movie needed
crappier.
some help. Because that movie's plot sucked. The third movie of Captain America sucked. Let's be honest, that plot sucked. It wasn't even Civil War. They should have just called it the Petty War. There's only like 6 of them. And they had to add other superheroes that wasn't even in the Avengers. Come on. Spider-Man, man, we stay true to the comics and stuff. Y'all don't even stay true to the comics. Y'all Civil War was like what?
Lord.
8 people total?
Not but neither did the Spider-Man trilogy.
Did you read all the comics?
Nobody can read like
Lord.
the majority of all the comics.
So how do you know?
Have you read
The
a Spider-Man
second
comic?
Spider-Man movie,
Yes. I have.
Far From Home, is a step back, in my opinion,
Because it was more about
there's-
Tony's consequences than Spider-Man.
well, not even just that. It's just a conflict in Spider-Man himself, because he he's so wishy-washy with the first two movies because he's so desperate to become an Avenger in the first movie. Like he you see him texting Tony at the beginning of the movie like, "Yeah, I'm ready for my next mission." And then he finally, he gives himself a mission, really. And then by the second one, when the mission comes to him, he's like, "No, I don't want to do that. I just want to be a regular kid,"
Well,
which is like a very Spider-Man thing to do. But that's like it just feels like a step back. Whereas
He just
Captain
goes
America,
back and forth. He goes back and forth.
yeah,
Wasn't your whole speech about Captain America being wishy-washy too? You said, "Am I going to work for the government or be an Avenger?" You just said the same thing. Listen, you guys don't even
Avenger
have
was
three
working
movies.
for
You
the
guys have
government.
like 2.5.
The thing,
But when he
look,
was a
with Captain America, it's not whether he wants to be an Avenger or work for the government. Being an Avenger was working for the government. It's
It's
about
all
whether
he
he was going to
had.
be an Avenger for
It's
them
it's
or he was going to be
literally
an Avenger for the actual
it was
people.
literally all he had.
Yeah. And what did Spider-Man do in Civil War? Take his shield away. Get that average human out of here. You don't know nothing about
And then he got
Spider-Man.
his
How
ass
dare you?
kicked. Like,
How
Still
dare
kicked his
you?
ass.
How dare you, man? Okay?
ugh.
Spider-Man is beloved. People don't even care about Captain America no more. He's not even getting movies. They had to change the whole person. And when Spider-Man finally came to MCU, he's been strong throughout. Every Spider-Man moment, hype. When he died, people cried. Okay?
That's
When
true.
Captain America became old, we was like, that's fucking stupid. Okay? And then when I came
You
back to
can't
life,
say we, though.
when I
We
came back
can't
to life
say
in
we.
Endgame,
Stop
people
saying we.
cheered
You
in
don't
the movie
speak for
theaters.
all of us.
For me, people cheered in the movie theaters. That's how great Spider-Man is. That's why he's going to get a fourth movie. Okay? Captain
People
America
cheered
doesn't even
when
exist.
Closing statements, Noah.
Closing statements. Spider-Man is the greatest superhero ever. Okay?
Not even talking about your movies.
How much did that hurt you to say that?
Me? I love Spider-Man. He's great.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
JR.
You guys want to see
Jesus.
you guys want to see my curtains? Look at my curtains. Y'all see that? Spider-Man. Okay?
Those are not your.
Those aren't your
How dare you?
I'm
How
pretty sure that's your
dare
kid's
you?
room,
I
but.
love Spider-Man. Love him.
Oh.
JR, closing statement.
The movies showed us the Captain America. He was always a man on a mission, but as the movies progressed, it shows how much his mission keeps changing. That shaped him into the leader that we all know him to be. Someone who is worthy enough to wield Mjolnir, to go toe to toe with the Mad Titan. So that's all I have to say.
Did not go toe to toe, and everything you just said was wrong. But Isaac. I mean, I already know who I'm picking, but like Isaac, closing statement.
Whatever. I
Captain America's trilogy, just like I was saying earlier, he starts off as a soldier, but by the end of it, it's like, would you rather be a soldier or would you rather be a good man? And it was his whole trilogy was about him picking that, and whether he was going to be a hero for the government and they were going to send him wherever they needed him to go, or he was going to do it himself and actually be looking out for the people he was trying to save. That was his whole thing. So
Alright. I'm picking Isaac. Isaac actually talked about the movies and everything like that, but I highly, strongly disagree with what you had said about the first Spider-Man movie, though. Highly disagree. Boy, I want to jump in so bad. But
I was this close of winning. Darn
but
it.
like some of the things that when Noah was ripping apart Captain America 3, I didn't think y'all was coming back. I was gonna pick Noah right then and there, because he was getting at Captain America 3, and I was like, dang man, everything Noah has said is correct. Everything he said, and JR was just on the character, not the movies or anything. You just talk about the character. I'm like, I'm not.
I mean, he's a
talking.
character in the movies.
No,
That's how
but
his
like I
character.
don't. And the other thing, I don't see him.
I know what you want from me.
Y'all needed to talk about the movies. That was the question, not.
He's a character from the movies. I'm talking about the character
Uh,
from the movies.
Anyway,
Oh my
down below
God.
in the comments, you tell me how wrong I am about these things. I guess. Tell us who was the better debate. I feel like Isaac came out swinging in every question. Like
I knew I was gonna lose this
that
one.
He was
man-
always more of an elegant speaker than
That
I am.
man
So.
came in and did his homework. That's all I gotta say.
He
Like
did. I haven't
he
even
came
seen the
in.
Spider-Man movies, so I was like, "Oh shit, here we go."
Mm.
Isaac came in. I would just say that. Like my hat's off. I'm not taking my hat off for real, but my hat's off to that man Isaac. But
So
this
proud of
man
him.
Noah, some of this the things Noah was saying, like some of it was just making me like, huh. Some of the things Noah, even though he was talking out his ass, but some of
I
the
was
things that man, I was
100%.
He was.
man,
He.
huh.
The
I
thing
was
that
really, I was
Noah
really waiting
always.
on, really waiting on Noah to make something up. I was waiting on one of y'all to just call him out. Like that ain't even real.
The thing that Noah always impressed me is the way that he talks with such conviction that he's right. It baffles me sometimes. I can't ever do
That's what you
that.
gotta
This
do.
was gonna get me the victory,
I
man.
know.
Fuck my
I've never. I always hated doing debates because I'm like thinking, am I right on this? Am I wrong on this? Oh, he has some points.
Isaac,
I'm taking in every single information and it's just jumbling around in there.
Isaac, you did good, man. You did good. Like you came
I
in.
try.
You came in prepared for this one. You came in prepared.
Isaac has a casualness to it. He has a casualness
Though
to
at
it.
the start though, with the remake thing, towards that end part, when Noah was talking, it felt like Isaac was done. Like I saw him rubbing his temples and everything. But
A little bit.
Yeah. It's like, oh god, oh
I
my
was like,
god.
I gotta recuperate.
thank
I'll
us
do
for
it.
joining us. And what we always say, fellas.
Show your attitude, you wonderful, beautiful world. Why am I the only one saying this?
Oh, my bad.
I feel like
What we always say is go to bed, you freaking nerd.
And
What are
that's
you
the
still
way the
doing
cookie
up?
crumbles.
Oh my
how the hell are you watching this? What's wrong with you?